Digital drama on social media is a thing. Things that are posted online always seem to be a little bit more intense, and it can cause so much unnecessary drama. So how can you help to prevent this from affecting you and your friends, your family, and a potential employer? Well, let's have a look at why this might happen in the first place. Some people feel that they can say anything over text, which they would never actually say in real life. It kind of feels easier to argue with someone over a text than argue with them face to face. People can just hide behind the safety of their online account and hide behind this online identity on social media and feel that they can say whatever they want and not really think about the impact on the person at the other end. There appears to be something we call a lack of empathy. And when we text something that to us might seem not that really important, but it might lack that empathy. And that means that we have lost the ability to understand and share the feelings of another person. As we all do in real life, in person, it is still our responsibility to think about how other people are going to take our words and also to think about what we are writing, because it can be seen by thousands or even millions of people, especially if you're typing something publicly on Facebook or Instagram, Snapchat, or even LinkedIn. And now more than ever, when somebody makes a comment and they put that comment somewhere and they can't see the other person's reactions, they have no way of knowing how that person feels. So in some cases, you can just keep texting and add more comments because you don't know whether the other person is sad or angry. You don't know what they're thinking or feeling or thinking about you. So this is how social media can turn into an online negative space when there's a lot of angry or nasty or hurtful posting, especially if someone is doing it anonymously, meaning that they're hiding their real identity. No one else knows who that person is, and that can create unnecessary tension and drama. And all of a sudden, there's this thread of even hundreds of comments, people arguing and being nasty to each other, and they might not even know them in the real world. So this can not only be damaging to those who you text or post a comment to, but you could be on the receiving end. Could be getting these insults. Someone you know or don't know could be saying something about you or your appearance or about the words you're using. So anything you choose to say or to put on the internet could potentially escalate into something really big. And as these things escalate, the topic or the message thread, which can be seen by everyone, can then completely change to something that's really, really big. And suddenly, something that's so small, started off as so small, is now become something so big, it becomes out of control. Let me give you an example. This is Karen. Karen is feeling really happy. She's got a new hat and wants to share her happiness with her friends online. So she uploads a photo to her Facebook status. Let's see what responses Karen receives. Now pause this video and return to the main room so we can discuss Karen's example. Okay, well done. That was Karen. Now let's move on. A lot of people worry about how many followers they have or the likes that they have compared to their friends. And the one thing that can make you feel sad is where you're part of a group conversation where someone is sending you unkind messages. Sometimes you may receive messages from a friend that can make you feel upset. And these messages might actually be in this group chat, so all of the other people will see that conversation. Or they might even share those messages, sending them on, and then what happens? Well, those people share them, and then they share them, and then they share them. And before you know it, a private conversation between a small group of friends has exploded to hundreds or thousands of others and could even be shared publicly on social media, on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. So let's have a look at a second example now. This is a conversation between two friends, Dave and John. And the conversation is within a group chat. Have a read of the words that are being sent. Now pause this video and return to the main room so we can discuss Dave and John's conversation. So you've determined that the best way to deal with digital drama, whether it's on a message or a group chat or social media like Facebook or Instagram or Snapchat, is to leave the chat or don't start it. The more that people talk about it, the more that people are going to think about it. And the more you might get brought into the conversation, and you might want to add your own comments. So it's not just feelings that could hurt in these kind of online exchanges though. In some cases, it's your employer or a potential employer that could see the things that you are writing or the things that you are commenting on, and this could have disastrous results. Let me give you an example. In 2016, a young girl called Talia started a new job with a company called Yelp. She posted a public comment on her Facebook status about her low rate of pay. She claimed her pay was so low that she couldn't afford to pay for her food or her mobile phone, and she was getting into all sorts of debt. That post was liked and commented and shared hundreds of times. Within a few hours, her complaining post had been viewed over 1 million times. As a result, her boss was shown Talia's post and he decided to comment on it too. He wrote that he was very sad to read of her situation, but told her that it would have been more acceptable to speak to him directly, face to face or by phone. And perhaps they could look at how they could increase her pay by taking on more responsibility or giving her more hours of work. However, he ended his comment by telling Talia that there was no point turning up for work the next day as she had now been fired. So I think that shows you how easy it is to hide behind our screens, how easy it is to get our feelings hurt and hurt others. But it's also very easy to potentially change someone's view of you so that you might lose out. You could lose a friendship, your job, and as we've shown today, you could lose everything. So the best way to deal with any kind of digital drama that you see or you're a part of is to leave. Talk to the person, whether it's face-to-face by video phone or giving them a call, or more importantly, do not cause it. When we think about our words, our messages, our comments, the emojis we're using, it's always a good idea to stop and think first. Would you want a potential employer to see and read what you are writing?